Guys, welcome back to my channel That Young Architect. So today we are gonna learn about the layout space, how do we access it and how do we set up a sheet for printing. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Firstly, let's understand what is model space and what is layout space. So the first window that appears when we open any file is the model space. This space is where we work, create our 2D and 3D drawings. This space does not have any extents and has infinite boundaries. And layout space is like a virtual sheet of paper which has a specific size of sheet and boundaries. Sheet size can be adjusted according to the requirements. Now moving on to how can we access layout space. So there are different ways to access the layout space, but the easiest is to click on the layout tab here. Here this white tile depicts the sheet of paper on which the drawing will get printed. Let me just clear it for you for a better understanding. Another way to quickly access the layout tab is to hover the cursor over the file tab and select the layout option from here. So now we are in our layout space. The first thing I would now do is to rename the layout. You can simply triple click on the layout tab to rename the layout, or you can also right click and select rename to rename it. So the next step now is to set up a sheet size for our drawing to get plotted. So for that, just right click on the tab below and go to page setup manager. A dialog box will open. Select the layout on which you are working. Like I am working on FF layout, so I will select it and hit modify. Now do the setup for the page. I'll select printer to DWG to PDF because I want to make a PDF for now. Select the paper size. I am selecting ISO A3 sheet size here. You can see an option of what to print. Select the layout here. Under the plot scale section, you can set the scale manually here. 1 mm equals to 1 unit means 1 mm in real sheet size is equal to the 1 unit of the drawing. So if our drawing is in mm, you can select 1:1, but I prefer doing fit to paper for now. Check rest of the options as per your requirement. They are similar to the print command. Now the sheet you are seeing here is an A3 size sheet. Here you can see a dotted line. This dotted line indicates the area which is actually going to get printed. The space outside this dotted line is not going to get printed. These are just sheet margins. So make sure all the work that you do is inside this dotted line. Now I am gonna make a rectangle to start formatting the sheet. Make sure the rectangle is inside the dotted line. Do the rest of the formatting as you do on a normal sheet. Let me just quickly do it for you. Here I have taken all the offsets of 10 mm which is equals to 1 centimeter. This is the appropriate size for sheet formatting of any sheet size. Now I will add text to this format and will copy the text to ensure that each and every text on the sheet has same size and font. I prefer doing it this way. Now that the formatting is done, sheet is looking very nice. So moving on, let me introduce you to the viewports. So what is viewports? Viewport is a window from layout space to model space. To add a viewport, you can just click on the layout button above, and here you can see a section called layout viewports. By clicking here, you can see there are three different types of viewports. We'll learn about all of them, but first let's start with the rectangular one. After selecting rectangular, you will have to create a rectangle and a rectangular viewport will be created. You can double click inside the rectangle to go inside the viewport, or edit the drawing that you have made in model space and double click outside to come back to your sheet. You can also use zoom command to set drawing to viewport size. You can also lock your viewports. This will restrict any movement inside the viewport. Just beside the lock icon, there is also an option to set scale of the viewports. There are many preset scales like 1:100, 1:200, etc. I have selected 1:100 according to my drawing. I'll add title and scale to this viewport now. Moving on to the polygonal viewport, select the option from above and start making a polygon. And once you are done, you will see that it has turned into a viewport. This can be used to utilize the irregular spaces of the sheet. Let's just say I have to show a blow up for this particular washroom. I'll set the viewports to its extents only. Now the next is the object viewport. Using this you can turn any object into a viewport. Like I have created a circle here, and by selecting this option I can turn it into a viewport. This can be used to show blow up details in your sheet. Now that the sheet is nicely composed, I'll just add text and detail it out a bit, and we'll see the preview for this one. For preview, simply press Ctrl plus P. Click on Continue to plot the single sheet. Plot dialog box will appear now. This is different from the page setup manager, don't get confused. Set the printing preferences, and in what to plot section, select window this time and hit preview. Now you can see that the sheet is looking nice and very well composed. All the line weights are adding a charm to this sheet. But now I am having a second thought about this boundary of this particular viewport. I might not want this to show in my print. So for setting up that, I'll have to change layer for this viewport to def point layer. Remember, anything in the def layer will not get printed. Now you can see that the boundary for this viewport is no more visible in the preview. That's all for this video. Hope you have learned something new from this video. And if you do, then please like, share and subscribe to this channel, That Young Architect. We'll be back very soon with another video. Till then, happy learning!